If you have been looking for PhD, in order to apply and get a scholarship, full funded programs or financial assistance for your PhD, before you apply, you need to know what kind of mode of study are you going to take in order to pursue your PhD. Because if you are going to pursue your studies through thesis, there is a different way of applying that kind of studies. But if you are going to apply and pursue your studies through coursework and dissertation, the mode of application and how you're going to pursue your studies is completely different. The mode of studies will determine how you are going to apply and how are you going to pursue your studies. So if you want to pursue PhD studies, you must know the difference between coursework and dissertation is one mode versus thesis is another mode of studies in your doctorate studies or PhD studies. So welcome everybody. This is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, EBM, and I welcome you to the EBM Scholars Show. This is youtube.com/EBM Scholars, where you can be able to get all this information about scholarships, about visas, about weight loss, about how to self-publish and put your books on Amazon, how to get green card through lottery, through marriage, through any other way, and all other opportunities in order to be able to succeed. So welcome here. In case you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting? Just go here to this corner. There is a YouTube link or somewhere it's written subscribe in a red button. Subscribe there. Once you subscribe, you will be able to get some notification, and especially when you ring the bell, you get all the notification once I post my YouTube videos. Okay. And remember to share these videos. So let me start with the difference between the two. That means we can know how you can be able to pursue your PhD studies. Okay. What is the major difference between the two? Okay, let me start. In order to apply for the PhD, as I said, you must know the difference between the two. So what is the major difference between the two? When you pursue your PhD studies through thesis studies means you don't undergo the normal classroom instruction. From day one of your PhD studies until you are going to be awarded your PhD, it is you and your supervisor. Your supervisor will be the one determining and yourself determining when you are supposed to submit PhD plan, you're supposed to submit your proposal, when you're supposed to submit something, data collection, compiling, submitting, defending. Everything is you and your supervisor, how you can coordinate that. But when it comes to the PhD by coursework and dissertation, it is a little bit different. This is coursework, means you go into the classroom instruction, just like how you did your master's studies is the same way how you are going to do your PhD studies. You just go to the classroom. Already the PhD has been calculated into the ways that these are the normal of maybe first year or first semester of your PhD. You will take maybe theory or research, whatever number, then another research, another course into maybe if you do political science, there is a theory and the practice of political science. So there are certain courses you have to undertake. In most cases, is at least 2 years of classroom instruction. Some places you can go up to 3 years, depending on one program to another program. After finishing your coursework, you are going to take what we call comprehensive examination. After finishing the comprehensive examination, you are going to find the supervisor from among your teachers in the department, and then you are going to work on your dissertation. So, as I said, the major difference between the two, one you go to the classroom, one you don't go to the classroom. The one you don't go to the classroom is thesis studies or PhD by thesis, but the one you go to the classroom instruction is coursework and dissertation. With that being said, that also goes to determine how you are going to apply for your PhD studies. I've been talking about scholarships, Europe and America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all other places I've been talking here. So, which countries prefer to use a thesis and which countries prefer to use coursework and dissertation? So if you go to Europe, Australia, New Zealand, they prefer the program PhD by thesis. But when you come to US, United States of America and Canada, they prefer to use coursework and dissertation. What does that mean again to you as applicant? How does the application process work when you apply by thesis, when you apply by coursework and dissertation? Is it the same procedure or are things different when you go to do these two things? Obviously, it is different when you apply by coursework and dissertation and when you apply by thesis. If you apply by thesis, that means, as I said, from day one, it is you and your supervisor. What does that mean? It means you apply to your supervisor. You apply to get a supervisor first if you want to do by thesis. The university cannot give you admission if there is no anyone to supervise you, to be your supervisor for your thesis. So for that case, the first thing you have to prepare what we call PhD proposal. It is just like 5 to 10 pages proposal, high level. You can just go to the Google search. How can you prepare a PhD proposal for application? Not for the one you are going to submit proposal for presenting whatever something. It's just for admission purposes. So you create an admission proposal, PhD proposal, 5 maximum 10 pages. You express everything about your theory, whatever what you want to do. Then you create a very strong competitive CV or resume. You put it there. Then you create a cover letter or application letter. And the application letter, it has to go to a specific university, to a specific professor. Let's say you want to do PhD studies in development studies, so in Africa in particular. So you have to go to the university, specific university A, go to the university which announces that we are going to give scholarships people who are pursuing PhD in development studies. Find in that department how many professors are specializing in development studies, and mainly in Africa, for instance, if that is your area of concentration. Then what kind of research those professors have done. So then you are going to find those ones. They will give you the area of concentration in the website, and their research and books have published or articles they have published, and their contact information. So you go there and apply for a supervisor. You express why are you choosing that person to be your supervisor. Obviously, you have to show their competency, their area, their work they have done in research, their work they have done into publishing articles and books, and why you want them to be your supervisor. Then you submit application. Once you submit, the person will say, yes, I will be happy to be your supervisor, or no, I don't want to be your supervisor because I'll be on sabbatical leave, or I'm preoccupied with other people, other students which I'm supervising. So you have to apply many universities. You have to apply to many areas where you can get more supervisors, maybe 10, 20 supervisors from different areas, from different universities. So once the supervisor says, yes, I will be your supervisor, they will give you the letter of acceptance to be your supervisor. That letter, you take it into the admission or the university. They are going to say, yes, because you go to the supervisor, we are going to give the official letter to become a doctoral student at our school, and this is the funding we are going to give. So in order to apply for PhD by thesis, number one, you have to apply for a supervisor. But you cannot get a supervisor because before you have a proposal, before you have your CV, before you have things related to the application, like a cover letter. Sometimes they might require recommendation letters from your other people who taught you during your bachelor and master's studies. So that is the application, how you do if you want to pursue PhD by thesis. And that is the most commonly procedure used in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. What about the PhD by coursework and dissertation? So if you want to do PhD by coursework and dissertation, that is the mostly used procedure in United States of America and Canada. So how do you do that? Because it is coursework. So the first thing is coursework. To the larger percent, not all, 98-99% of all PhD applications, you just apply direct to the university, just like how we do with a master's degree program. There is exception. Some of the university professors, they might have specific research. So they might announce we are giving assistantship or we are giving scholarship for people who have interest in this area, because the professor wants certain people to be in the end to do dissertation on the area where that professor has a funding. So there are those areas they might ask people specifically to have a proposal on certain area. But to the larger percent, you just apply direct as masters, like how you do masters, you do application for PhD. And with that being said, you have to see, this university require just to apply direct, or I have to prepare something as a proposal wise. But if they don't prepare a proposal, they might request still, give us a writing sample, something you have written, either your bachelor, master's, you have written something in professional setting, whether it's a presentation, whether it is an article published, whether it is an unpublished article, whether it is just part of your dissertation in your master's degree program, something but not like 200 pages, something between 5 to 10 pages, a very comprehensive academic paper you need to present so that they can see your writing style. That's how you can do. And you submit your application along with any other materials they require. So it will be applying directly. So it depends what other material do they require. You have to read the specific website from the university. After that, they will give you admission. Once you get admission, you process the visa, you go to pursue doctorate. So you will attend classroom instruction at least 2 years. Some of the university or some of the programs, you can go up to 3 years. But sometimes you might take just 1 year depending on what master's degree program you had and what PhD you are going to do. Sometimes there is a transfer of credits which you have taken in master's. They can be transferable to PhD, so that you have a few courses you need to take for your PhD coursework. Once you finish coursework, you'll do a comprehensive exam, and then you are going to be able to do your dissertation. So by knowing the difference between the two will determine what kind of application, how are you going to apply for admission, and how are you going to apply for scholarships in those areas. So that is the difference you needed to know, the thing you needed to notice between the two. So, but the other question is, many people are confusing. Maybe, oh, if I do PhD by thesis, I will be very tight, I will be so smart, I will be better than someone who is doing PhD by coursework and dissertation. Some people feel that if I do PhD by coursework and dissertation, I'll be maybe more intelligent, I'll be so tough, I'll be so much, I'll get a lot than someone who is doing PhD by thesis. So this is something for you. It doesn't matter which method are you going to use, whether you do PhD by thesis, whether you do coursework and dissertation. There is no, just the mode of study doesn't determine how smart, how intelligent, how tight are you going to become after completing your studies. It's all about you. What kind of books are you to do? How are you going to articulate what you have been able to study, and in your research, how are you going to accomplish that? So there is no which method is better than the other. It's up to you which one you can be able to do. You can apply both ways and determine after, or you can say, I want just to apply just by thesis, that's what I want. So you have to know that I will be applying more in Europe than in America. But if I want to do more coursework, you know, most of the universities will be in America and Canada, or US and Canada in particular, compared to Europe, where 99.9% of all scholarships in Europe, they will prefer for PhD to do by thesis. Any question up to that moment, please put on the comment below. I'll be happy to go through and answer any question you are having with regard to PhD by thesis and the PhD by coursework. Did you ever think that which model is better than the other, on your opinion, or which one do you prefer to study and why do you prefer that mode compared to the other one? Are you looking for PhD scholarships? Have you got the PhD scholarships, or you are still struggling? You do not know how to go about it? Put in the comment below. I can be able to help you. And if you want to go to year 2020 with the goal about how you can be able to succeed, how are you going to get scholarships for your PhD in year 2020? Put your comment below here. I can be able to assist you, to guide you, make sure that you are going to succeed. One of my happiness is for you to succeed. When people are going to succeed, get their dreams, that's bring my happiness, that I have been able to guide someone towards their dreams. So I'm sure you can be able to get scholarships. I'm sure you can be able to put the comments and I can be able to answer those ones. So remember, PhD, I have so many videos specifically for scholarships in particular universities in America, particular universities in Europe. Go ahead and check those videos or go to the playlist about the scholarships. You will see all those videos in my channel, which is youtube.com/EBM Scholars. So thank you everyone. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate taking your time to come to watch my videos, and how you can click just the like button, how you are going to be subscribed, and put the comment here. I'll be so much happy and I'll be able to assist you. So thank you so much everyone, and I wish you all the best in your search for PhD studies. Okay, goodbye everyone.